Spotlight.
This is Akashvani. In the program Spotlight, now we bring you a discussion on Prime Minister's visit to West Bengal and Assam and launch of various development projects. The participants are Subimal Bhattacharjee, political analyst, and Rajesh Lake, anchor.
Hello and welcome to Spotlight. Today we are focusing on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to West Bengal and Assam and the series of developmental projects announced during this visit. These projects span key sectors and are expected to influence not just the economies of the two states, but also the broader trajectory of India's growth and connectivity. To help us understand the scale, intent and likely impact of these initiatives, we are joined by Subimal Bhattacharjee, political commentator. A warm welcome.
Thank you.
So while announcing the developmental projects in West Bengal, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi said this.
हमारी सरकार का निरंतर प्रयास है कि पश्चिम बंगाल के उन हिस्सों को भी आधुनिक कनेक्टिविटी मिले जो लंबे समय तक वंचित रहे हैं। बराजगुली से कृष्णानगर तक 4 लेन बनने से नॉर्थ 24 परगना, नदियां, कृष्णानगर और अन्य क्षेत्रों के लोगों को बहुत लाभ होगा। इससे कोलकाता से सिलीगुड़ी की यात्रा का समय करीब 2 घंटे तक कम हो गया है।
Let's hear what our correspondent from Kolkata, Kalyan Laha, has to say in this report.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi referred to the national song Vande Mataram and said for nation building for a Viksit Bharat in the 21st century, this song is the Rashtra Mantra. While addressing the Parivartan Sankalp Sabha, he said Bengal and Bengali language enrich the culture of India and the centre is committed to the development of West Bengal. He also mentioned the name of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who belonged to Nadia and one of the pioneers of Bhakti movement in the medieval time in India. Prime Minister paid his respect to Harichand Thakur and Guruchand Thakur, 19th century social reformers from Bengal and founders of the Matua movement.
Subimal, how would you describe the Prime Minister's laying of the foundation stone and inaugurating 2 national highway projects worth around 3,200 crores rupees in Ranaghat in Nadia district of West Bengal?
Rajesh, I would look at them as very significant projects because these initiatives actually create a much better connectivity between Siliguri in North Bengal to Calcutta, and that improves significantly the travel time, the quality of the roads. In fact, the travelling time would be reduced by almost 2 hours. So, Prime Minister's focus on infrastructure development in the East and Northeast has been consistent right from day one that he has been there, and this project's worth 3,200 crores, particularly on the national highway front, I think will help significantly, not only from the trade and commerce and tourism sectors, but also the overall regional economy of Bengal and more so even in North Bengal.
So this inauguration of the 66.7 kilometer 4-laning of Barajaguli Krishnanagar section of National Highway 34 in the Nadia district, and also the foundation stone for the 4-laning of the 17.6 kilometer long Barashal Barajaguli section of National Highway 34 in North 24 Parganas district of state, as you said, is going to benefit, as we also said in our opening statement, in India's growth and connectivity.
Definitely. I think the whole focus towards Viksit Bharat is to see that the infrastructure development across the country comes up. In various points, West Bengal's development for various reasons haven't been commensurate. So there has been a special focus from the central government side also. And most importantly, when Ranaghat has a coal belt and, there's a lot of linkages to trade and commerce from that region. So both these stretches of the highway actually improve in wider trade and commerce, as well as movement from within the state, as well as the connectivity to the North Bengal, to Northeast and other parts of the country. So I think overall it's just a very, very important development in the scheme of things in the larger context of Viksit Bharat.
Apart from opening up these developmental projects, the Prime Minister also emphasized quite a bit upon Bengal and Bengali language, enriching the culture of India, and the center is committed to the development of West Bengal. So what else could be on the anvil?
No, I think it's a very important thing. Culturally, Bengal has always led, even in our freedom movement, and recently you saw the focus on the national song Vande Mataram, there was a significant discussion in the Lok Sabha on this. So what's very important to see is that cultural renaissance that was in Bengal and seems to have been fading over the years, and all the quality education institution, cultural institution, their rejuvenation. So I think the Prime Minister was absolutely right in trying to say that that characteristic, that pride that Bengal always had around the culture and all needs a real focus again, so that inspiration continues not only in Bengal but also in rest parts of the country.
These projects are expected to bring to West Bengal in terms of employment, investment and state's GDP growth.
West Bengal stands geographically at a very important position. Of course, in the past it was one of the most important centers for trade and commerce. But you would have seen a lot of trade and commerce have also shifted. A lot of young boys and girls now are working in other parts of the country. So the need for employment generation in the state and looking into newer areas is a focus of the government. And that's where the focus on infrastructure becomes very important. The movement-wise, the national highways improvement definitely helps a lot of avenues to come all along the national highway stretches that are getting expanded, as well as allow employment to grow, because this is what has been lacking in Bengal for the last few years, and the kind of politics that goes around, the youths are not finding some of the best of the opportunities. So I think the focus on infrastructure definitely helps employment, and when employment improves, the economic activities improve, and the potential to look at tourism and all in a much more wider fashion is very much there. The whole connectivity going now, improvement to Siliguri and then henceforth to Darjeeling and all, can bring more tourists, can look at the newer vistas of tourism where wild tea, scenic beauty, all of that, West Bengal has a preponderance even of minerals. And so I think overall, when you improve on the connectivity and the infrastructure projects, you are touching on many aspects, and most importantly, you are also keeping the youths of the state in the state to be employed gainfully.
Exactly. And Shrivimal, I think once the projects become fully operational, as you mentioned, job opportunities, etc., agriculture, MSMEs, tourism, which you mentioned, and logistics in these states will also flourish.
West Bengal is a very big rice-growing state also in the country. I think there are a lot of techniques now. The agro-technology industry can improve on productivity, not only from a volume perspective, but also better crop management, taking advantage of AI and other technologies, and at the same time also be able to improve and bring in new entrepreneurs also into this sector. So it's not always agriculture. Very many times people think that industry has taken over agriculture. No, agriculture has the scope now to rejuvenate based on the latest techniques and possibilities and optimal cultivation. So you utilize your land resource in a much better way, and at the same time you gainfully employ, because the need for agricultural products from Bengal not necessarily only is for the state or in the region, but even the potential for exports to Bangladesh and even Nepal is tremendous. So those linkages can be really harnessed.
The Prime Minister also went to Guwahati and inaugurated the new terminal building of Lok Priya Gopinath Bardoloi International Airport. And to quote him, just as the flow of the Brahmaputra never stops in Assam, the flow of development under the BJP's double-engine government is unstoppable here. So what all would be on the anvil, Shubhimal, when the Prime Minister says that this flow of development will not stop?
Absolutely. I think the Prime Minister's spectacular attention to the northeastern region has been there right from day one, and there are so many infrastructures helping in connectivity in the region. Many of the rail linkages that were not happening or that were delayed for some very, very simple reasons, the construction of airports, the construction of the bridges, much has happened in this last decade and 1 year, the 11 years that has been power. But most important, And today's inauguration that he did in Guwahati of the new terminal in Lokapiriya Gopinath Bardole Airport, now it's going to significantly improve the capacity. See, Guwahati is the gateway for Northeast India, so almost every state's passengers actually land up there. So the capacity today has been enhanced to 1.3 crores per annum compared to what about 25-30 lakhs could actually or have done. It's a very swanky airport, and most importantly, Rajesh, what has been done is that the bamboo from the region has been used. You know, it looks so aesthetically beautiful, and most important, 140 tons of bamboo from the region has been used. Now, Northeast has very significant biodiversity that is there. That has also been shown across in all of that 1.4 lakh square meter terminal building. And what's important is that this bamboo usage and in such a beautiful form, I think will give a lot of enthusiasm to a lot of more entrepreneurship around bamboo, because bamboo is a grass, as we all know, and its replenishment is also fast and across the northeastern region that is there. So I think the Prime Minister has a very long-term view of the region because he knows the region and all of the infrastructure activities that has happened over the years. 2 bridges over the Brahmaputra River, the Lamding Badarpur section gauge conversion, which allowed actually Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura all to come up on the rail network in such a short span of time. Today, seamlessly, so many trains are going to that part of the region. Similarly, on the waterways also, inland waterways, there is a focus. In fact, very interestingly, tomorrow the Prime Minister is going to do the Pariksha Pe Charcha in the Brahmaputra River on the Choraidut 2 cruise. I was fortunate just a month back to be on that cruise ship, which very powerful entrepreneur from Assam, Ashish Fukan, through the Assam Bengal navigation he had started cruise back in 2003 in the region and across the first one in the country. Now this particular prospects are so much. The Prime Minister mentioned also about the Ganga Brahmaputra, the cruise that goes from Varanasi up, and also I see that potential again to look at the inland water prospects of tourism and trade. That's also tremendous. What the Prime Minister has actually done over all these years is given a lot of hope to all the northeastern states and particularly to Assam, where because it's the gateway, so infrastructure from the gateway to all other parts flowing in the region is very, very important. And even tunnels in Arunachal Pradesh.
That saves a lot of time.
Absolutely. Meghalaya's tourism prospects, all of that I think has really seen a lot of now young entrepreneurship, young startups in the state of Assam. So I think we will need entrepreneurship, and that Prime Minister has really put his focus on. Not only his government, the state government also has been pushing, as also other northeastern governments.
As regards the airport that we're talking about and the huge statue that he unveiled over there of the first CM Gopinath Bardoloi, he says that's a state's pride, and his statue will inspire current and future generations as well. As regards the airport, modern, world-class airport facilities open up new possibilities and opportunities for any state. And this is what the Prime Minister commented.
असम विकास का उत्सव मना रहा है. असम की धरती से मेरा लगाव, यहाँ के लोगों का प्यार और स्नेह, और खासकर असम और पूर्वोत्तर की मेरी माताओं बहनों का अपनापन, ये मुझे निरंतर प्रेरित करते हैं. पूर्वोत्तर के विकास के हमारे संकल्प को ताकत देते हैं. मैं देख रहा हूं आज एक बार फिर असम के विकास में नया अध्याय जुड़ रहा है.
As the Prime Minister said, it is a celebration of the development of the entire Northeast, not just Assam. The whole country will see that Assam is celebrating the festival of development. On that note, I would like to thank Shubhimal Bhattacharjee for being with us on Akashvani.
Thank you very much.
You were listening to a discussion on Prime Minister's visit to West Bengal and Assam and launch of various development projects. The participants were Subhimal Bhattacharjee, political analyst, and Rajesh Lake, anchor. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of Akashvani. You can listen to it on our mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official. You may share your feedback about this program through email at airnsttalks@gmail.com or WhatsApp on 9289094044.
Spotlight.